Hello everyone. My voice is kind of dead after recording the last one, but I have to record this one anyway, so let's just hope it's nice easy Doc Scratch dialogue to read through for this whole episode. Last time it was a lot of Gamzee. You know what? That was like the most Gamzee we've seen probably ever. So yeah. And in this episode we find out who this poor kidnapped troll is. If you're enjoying this Homestuck read-through, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're not at this point somehow subscribed yet. Helps out a lot. Alright, let's get into it. Whatever this Darth Plagueis the Wise tale is he's about to tell us. Oh, look at that. We got our bar at the top is doing something again. I saw the little lady from Andrew Husseyland. Once in this very universe, you could say, Alternia was home to a peaceful race. The troll kind had never known the corrupting influence in their evolution which led them to a perpetual war and violence. That is to say, they had never known me. As was true of the bellicose world we know, there came to be 12 heroes on this peaceful planet. These heroes too had 12 ancestors, whose fortunes were entwined with theirs. Those 24 figures of legend were not of this world, but sent from the sky, delivered from a reality not yet conceived. Okay. On the eve of their race's extinction, the 12 heroes would begin playing a game. They would make an admirable effort, but they would fail. The civilization had not prepared them for the rigors of this game, and the ultimate reward would fall shy of their grasp. But the failure was more comprehensive, more systemic than a result of a simple inadequacy so common to young players of this game. Though they could not recognize it for the bad omen it was, this session was not the one in which they had been spawned. Such is a symptom of the subtle glitch affecting certain sessions, an error designed to trigger an unfathomable cascade of misfortune throughout paradox space. This glitch is the calling card for the one that I serve. It is the discreet, gentlemanly manner in which he reserves his place in the universe for later visitation. The heroes, understanding defeat was absolute, sought advice from the mother of all monsters. She offered them a choice. The heroes could either accept their defeat along with the extinction of their race, and put no others at risk, or she could show them a path to a second chance, to a reality in which the chosen heroes of their race would be strong enough to succeed with ease and claim the reward. This reset would come at the cost of wiping the failed heroes from existence. They would live new lives from scratch, playing different roles in the reset reality with no memory of the game they played or the choice they made. The heroes chose to accept this bargain and scratch their session. In doing so, they jump-started the reality in which the 24 figures of legend would together be created, and I as well, and then sent back in time to take our places in history. Though I was delivered well before history even began, before the dawning of life on the planet. This time around, I would oversee its development, and thus fulfill the mother's promise of an aggressive, ruthlessly prepared group of heroes, one that would not rest until victory was secured. The young 24 would again be scattered in two groups, 12 modern contemporaries and 12 ancients. But in addition to losing their memories of everything that had happened before the scratch, there was another catch for the failed heroes. In the new reality, they would not serve as the heroes. They would mature to become the ancestors of the 12 they formerly regarded as theirs, and this 12 would be chosen for glory. These children would be the heroes to achieve victory, and have the reward easily within reach. Of course, this promise was fulfilled to the letter, as you have seen. The entire bargain was executed without a single hitch, as those authorized by my master always are. There was, however, one minor anomaly. One of the failed heroes, in his new life as an ancient on the now brutal planet, began to remember. This is his story. The story of the Signless. Okay. Hi. Get out of here, you. Few ever knew the sufferer's given name, presuming quite reasonably he had none, and he came to be called Signless. Unlike his peers distributed elsewhere in history, he was not given a sign at a young age. Alas, there were no signs reserved for one of his mutant blood. His genetic deviation from the social order made him a pariah, forcing him to wander the world alone for many sweeps, concealing the color of his blood to avoid certain execution. But it may have been due to his mutation that he began to have the visions, spontaneous lucid imagery of his world in peace, before its fall. He would never see the complete picture, or fully understand his previous incarnation's role in prompting this fall, or know of my hand in it. But the vision showed him all he needed to see. They held the promise of his people's true potential. Beneath the ages of conditioned cruelty, they held the spark of revolution. In time, the visions gave purpose to his travels. He would preach heretical ideas no one else dared to entertain, let alone risk discussing. He espoused the virtues of forgiveness, compassion, and equality among the bloodlines. He distributed his message intelligently, careful to preach only to those receptive, never attracting unwelcome attention. But his growing movement could only go unnoticed by the authorities for so long. The High Bloods were livid over the unprecedented heresy, and soon a massive sectarian war followed, spreading across the planet and throughout the galaxy. The conflict was lopsided, of course, with the High Bloods given full support from the Condense and her sea dwellers. Inevitably, the Signless would be captured, and when he was, it was not a matter of whether he would be put to the irons, but how hot they would be if he failed to recant. Oh, the irons, I see. During his penance, it was said the sufferer's compassion for his people underwent a divine transformation into limitless burning rage. It burned hotter than the iron shackling him to the imperial flogging jut, and redder than the blood soaking his righteous leggings. When he was finally killed, his anger ran through the cosmos with his last breath. This vast expletive was his final sermon, and somewhere encoded in its wavelengths was the truth in his teachings, waiting to reveal itself to any who would inherit his burden. Oh, Terezi. Well, not Terezi, but you know what I mean. His teachings would also persist through surviving disciples, but in hushed tones. His following would dwindle to an obscure cult facing persecution for centuries. After his execution, the body was burned, leaving only his irons. They cooled in the ash, as if his anger itself was subsiding, and his followers appropriated their shapes in defiance of the High Bloods. The symbols became the sign of the Signless, always shown as colorless in the cold iron, to conceal the stigma of his hue. This was as much a reminder to his followers to remain hidden as it was of the sufferer's sacrifice, and his rage hidden like heat in the iron, one day to be reignited by another of his bloodline. The sufferer preached that after he passed, another Signless would come, heralding the end times for the planet. The second Signless would continue his work, and lead people to glory beyond this realm. The followers kept his teachings alive for ages, even as the uproar surrounding the movement subsided. By modern times, the sufferer's scripture was little more than ancient superstition, all but forgotten, hardly the anathema of old. But the followers had already made their preparations in the shadows, and when the second Signless finally came, he would have a Lucis to raise him and a sign to his name. Kanaya. Oh. The sufferer acquired a less conventional upbringing to reach maturity. As a young grub, he landed in the brooding caverns where he would be expected to face his trials, but due to his mutation, surely no Lucis would select him. No creature sympathetic to his scent had been bred yet. His odds for survival would be remote, if not for a chance encounter. The Dolorosa belonged to a rare class assigned strictly to serving the mother grub in the caverns, forbidden from visiting the surface. Well on an errand, she found the young sufferer in his crater, and immediately recognized the child as special, as well as in great danger. For an adult troll to raise a child was unthinkable, but she saw no other hope for him. The Dolorosa abandoned her duties in the caverns, and fled to the surface to raise him. In time, she would become the first follower of his teachings, and the first of his inner circle, but not his closest. Huh? Okay. Surrounding him on the rise to infamy and throughout the rebellion were the most trusted elites among his devoted. The Weonic, okay, was a mage of unequaled telekinetic ability, who upon hearing the words of the sufferer was inspired to free himself from the sort of slavery typical of his mentally gifted class. I'm just going to guess at who all of them are. Obviously Kanaya on the left, Solix on the right. I guess that's him with the red, because that looks like Karkat. And then, this could be Vriska or Nepeta, but given the color, oh no, I see the symbol, it's Nepeta, okay. Nepeta ancestor or something. But his most devoted of all was his disciple. She listened to every vision he retold, every lesson he preached, and faithfully recorded his scripture. Her ear was open to him always, and in time, his heart open to her. To spread his message throughout the world, they took it to the seas, in a vessel of legend known as the First Ship. It was said their love went beyond the four quadrants, transcending the grid entirely, whatever that nonsense means. Blue arrow. The disciple was to be killed along with him, but at the last moment, the executor inexplicably took pity on her and allowed her to escape. She absconded with the leggings, which remained the only physical evidence of his holy suffering. She hid in caves for many sweeps, transcribing all of his scripture from memory on the walls in the blood of slain creatures, and lived the rest of her days in monastic savagery. Her dedication would be critical to the persistence of his message, but the Dolorosa was less fortunate, and was sold into slavery. She spent the rest of her life as property of vicious sea-dwellers. As for the Wionic, he was enlisted in a far worse, if more prestigious, service. So that's how Kanai ended up on the boat with Vriska and Eridan. Brain. He was forced to serve as the helmsman for her condescension's Imperial battleship. Psychics of his kind were exploited for interstellar travel, and his abilities made her ship the fastest in the fleet by far. She grew so enamored of her helmsman and his power, she would use her touch to extend his lifespan to match her own. So wait, he's still alive? Assumably she's still alive. Okay, Andrew Hussey's in the back rooms now, apparently. What's been going on with him? He grabbed the broom. You don't really hover your mouse over the fuck? Okay, it says the fuck. Oh, hell no, he's talking about ancestors, isn't he? Yeah. He's keeping little girls locked up in weird rooms and rambling about troll ancestors. I just know it. Yeah, he is. Not in my fucking comic. Okay. Oh, damn, this place is bigger than I thought. Any idea which way he went? Come on, guys, help me out. Okay. Together they explored the stars for thousands of years. Due to the speed of her ship, she would personally expand the boundaries of her empire, typically being the first to greet new races before conquering them. Betty Crocker, of course, is her name. But he's behind this door. You hear me scratch? The jig is up! After making first contact, occasions which she generally kept cordial, she would move on to new territory while a division of her fleet set a course for the unfortunate civilization, and proceeded to tear it apart. It could be any of the lethal brigades under her command to receive the orders, be it the Threshercutioners, Cavalry Reapers, Laugh Assassins, or Ruffian Annihilators. Each was notoriously cruel in its own way, and each carried out orders with absolute loyalty. Because, while the Condense could extend a single life on her whim, she could just as casually cut short that of millions. Oh. Well, there she is. Haha! Caught red-handed, you bastard! Stop clobbing up my story with your troll fanfiction this instant! Ah! The wolf! No. If angered, she could simply express her grievance through communion with her ancient Lucis of the Deep, and turn its psychic devastation on her multitudes. The class hierarchy played into her hands politically, in this respect. Killing off a haphazard swath of the population, or an entire class, was suitable as a measure of last resort, but mass extermination does not lend itself well to practical governance. Its looming threat, however, is quite effective, especially while her empire was partitioned neatly into blood castes. She could use her leverage to delegate oppression to the subjugulators, whose unique abilities and exceptional brutality made them natural enforcers. They too would delegate their governance, exploiting the pride and loyalty of dangerous bloods beneath them, and so on down the hemo-spectrum, until the enslavement of the common castes was inescapable in spite of the genetic gifts and strength in numbers. As a self-governing body, the land-dwelling portion of her empire was formidable, but her force of sea dwellers was equally formidable, and the two were kept in check not only with the threat of psychic annihilation, but their mutual hatred and distrust. What was I going to say? I'm going to say something. Oh, why didn't she just say, I want to kill the mutant? Is it because she doesn't know who the blood is? Or, like, if they knew there was a blood mutant out there, couldn't she just say, I want to kill the mutant, and the mutant would just explode? Why didn't they just do that? I don't know. The only threat to her power was unification through uprising, a possibility made remote when she fully decentralized the race from the homeworld. She scattered all but the children throughout the galaxy. After the most recent rebellion led by the Summoner, upon doing so, she became so comfortable with her grip on power, she risked venturing deeper into space than ever before to grow her empire. But the more space she put between herself and Gilgliob, the more she risked weakening her bond with the monster. The bond she and her successor shared with it exclusively could sway, and become strengthened with the younger. Perhaps she grew complacent with the threat successors posed, after such a long history of killing them with ease. Heiresses upon reaching maturity were expected to challenge the Condense for the throne, but it was not merely expected of them by their people, but demanded by their shared Lucis. I like to think of her as the pet I gave to their race, at the dawning of their species' evolution, like a sentience warming gift. Again, it's just the sort of thing a good host does. If the lapse in her custodial bond was significant enough, it was not just political power she risked. At such a distance, she sacrificed concentration needed to curb its most dreadful psychic shriek of all, the galaxy-wide extinction event called the Vast Globe. Of course, this eventually proved a fitting reward for such a reckless expansion of her territory. She chose the worst time possible to explore further from homeworld than she'd ever been. She was scouring the edge of the galaxy for systems to plunder when she received word of her planet's devastation by meteors. The young were being slaughtered, the mother grub was dead, the end times were upon her people. She ordered all fleets to return to Alternia, but such was her empire's expansion and interplanetary occupation. Few could make it in time to provide any meaningful defense. She instructed her helmsman to pilot the ship faster than he ever had, and he did so through extreme physical duress. He was able to leap across thousands of light years in a matter of hours. The exertion likely would have killed him, if the glub didn't get him first. Her touch could extend his life, but never restore it, to her lament. In that instant her empire was gone. Gyolgliob's swan song wiped out her entire race, save the Condense and her lone heiress, leaving the empire nothing more than a galactic necropolis of floating tombs. Wow, epic. This was not the right... that was not the right door. Yeah, you're telling me, buddy. This looks like the right place. The hallway's all round and shit, just like his big stupid head. Yeah, so true. She was forced to continue the journey home on auxiliary power. Her ship now travels near the speed of light, a pale shadow of its former velocity. It would take another 612 solar sweeps after the glub to reach her destination. She should arrive any minute now. When she does, she will find nothing but ruins and dust. If she cared to look closer, she would find a city of slain exiles, a man on the moon, and a pair of black lovers locked in a deadly dance. But whether she likes it or not, one thing will find her with certainty. A new employment opportunity. My beautiful panels! What has he done, that son of a bitch? It's gonna take so many sweeps to clean this mess up. So very, very many sweeps. Because he's got the broom. Get it? Sweeps. Aha! Are you paying attention, protege? This is where your role in the story begins. Now stop your pouting and listen. Unless you want another helping to the backside of my... Oh, nuts. I seem to have forgotten my discipline broom. God damn it. He's got a bowl full of these things. He's pulling his snooty horseshit candy bowl stunts to mock my little arrows now. Excellent host, my ass. Anyway, the last of the 12 ancestors has arrived a bit late. In fact, she would cross through her portal 6 centuries after the descendants had come and gone. There weren't many left to look after her, so she ended up in foster care. I remember it like it was yesterday. And for one who has as much time on his hands as I, it essentially was. Table flip, nice. Raw flip. Well, there's a meteor. Oh, hi. I would raise the girl to be groomed for her calling. My lessons would emphasize obedience, mastery of the clockwork magics, and being locked in a room. As you must have gathered by now, my employer will enter this universe quite soon. I will then relinquish my custody to him, and she will serve as his handmaid for an eternity to be specified. As you must have also gathered, she has already done so. Though her most common of blood should have let her expire in just a dozen or 2 sweeps, his curse kept her very much alive, and she did not intend to stay that way. Whoa. He's eating them? Oh my god, how can these possibly be so delicious? His curse is one of conditional mortality. When the desired outcome contingent on her service... With the desired outcome contingent on her service, when I release her, she will take her place at his side, and travel through time to carry out his orders. While I am his weapon of subtlety and precision, the handmaid is strictly an apparatus of terror and suffering. We have both paved the road to his arrival. I in my way, and she in hers. She would be present during every watershed moment in her civilization's development. Her reoccurrence in history would earn her the reputation of a demoness, more feared than even her master. A man, though dreadfully, rarely makes himself seen. She stirred up class warfare and intensified bigotry in whatever era she haunted. She was sure the descendants would enter a world which prepared them for the game, and took measures to see that they would play it as they did. But once they entered and the world was in ashes, her work was nearly complete. Now, 6 centuries later, she'd be given one last order to follow before her curse was lifted. A simple recruitment job. So this is ancient Aradia, I see. The handmaid will enlist the Condense. Condess, extending the same bargain once offered to her. It will be the sort involving neither negotiation nor possibility of refusal, expressed in terms plainly understood by the soulless genocidal. The Condess will serve as her new master's witch, carrying out his work in the places he cannot reach. Interesting. The last two trolls alive, blood of rust and royalty, will make each other pay for the crimes against their race. Their payment will be mutually dealt in the currency of punishment and reward at once. The Condess will be rewarded with the power and immortality that her new service entails, and punished by the grueling slavery for which it was synonymous. And you, young lady, are to be punished by death at the hands of your replacement. And so too will this be your reward. Here he is. He's here. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. My heartbeat falls in rhythm of the clock as I draw close to my prey. I leave nothing to chance, for you see it is the most dangerous prey of all. A 4-foot-tall asshole in suspenders who won't shut up. Wait for it, hussy, wait for it. And so, my dear, that is the inspiring tale of your people, and why you should feel rather privileged to be in the position for which I have groomed you meticulously. Are you not grateful? Yes, surely you are. And it warms the soft, fluffy material in my chest to know this. What is it? What are you looking at over there? Ah, of course, the clock. I can see you have a good eye for a fine timepiece. Your exemplary taste is certainly owed to my quality upbringing. Perhaps you wish to know the history of the clock, and how I came to possess it. Yes, I can see the sparkle of curiosity in your eye. It's a marvelous tale, one almost as long as it is verbosely told. Where do I even begin? Trip. Wong. Story time's over. Windbag whoops on shit and gets his fucking clock out of my way. I am a one-man stampede and I got a broom and a peel of splintering wood. You hear is the last gasp of a priceless antique, disintegrating beneath the outrageous fury of my authorial hooves. Bat, 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 bat. If I have to put up with one more smug, meandering interlude in my own story, I'm going to crack your head open and serve you a heaping bowl full of your own downy, soft puppet ass. How do you like that for hospitality, Doc? I believe you'll find that as host go, I am simply the best there is. Oh my gosh. Everybody's totally fed up with your condescending, self-indulgent narrative style. They want to go back to my slightly less condescending, slightly more self-indulgent style. Bye. Yeah, get out of there. Well, they're doing a weird dance. See, even that little girl has enough of your shit. Run, Aradia's ancestor, run! You've locked up your last Asian schoolgirl, you sick fuck. Oh, no. What? Okay. Oh, don't you flop around at me like that. Are you listening, little man? Spike. Girl! Go, you go. Go, girl. Go, girl. Whee! Suckers. Booyah! Huh. You ripped him. I guess he's just a limp, lifeless puppet when I'm around. Like a reverse Calvin and Hobbes kind of thing. Calvin and Hobbes. That's a little disturbing. Oh well, might as well try to get that disc back. I wonder if I can just sort of reach up into here and... Reach? Oh wait, hold on. What's happening to her? You there, girl! Oh, this again. Girl, quit all this skirting around. No, go for it. Do you believe you can escape me before I arrive? How do you expect to outrun me? Oh, what the hell? Looks like he's had the disc repaired for a while already, but didn't tell us. Motherfucker just loves the sound of his own voice. When I am already here. Oh, God. Snop. Always away. Always outie. Oh, God. No, can we not? No, you dumb homo tool. You're snapping wrong. Unsnop. Oh, thank God. Insert disc 2. Here we go. Disc 2. Insert disc whirring sound. Attempt rare and highly dangerous 5-time showdown combo. I mean, okay. Oh my. Okay, we're gonna watch them fight. The carnival! The carnival. Oh no, this is Gamzee and Karkat. Never mind. I just saw purple and red, and I was like, oh. It's clearly the two ancestors fighting that we just talked about. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da. What?
I'm anime now. Okay? Look at me. I look like I'm out of some sort of graphic novel.
Yes, that's very impressive. But I can be anime too. And I look very scary. Like the villain from a graphic novel. Yes? Also Cal. I am also here. And I have a chainsaw. My ancestor was cooler than any of yours. Look at her cape. I will kill you. I will kill you so hard. I'm also here. My ancestor got killed by, like, Tavros people. I don't know how to say it. But it was pretty stupid. Anyway, there's 4-on-1. Surely we can kill this guy. Shoosh.
No, it's fine. Don't think about any of that. I am also here. This is the coolest I've ever looked, by the way. My ancestor kind of got it, like, really bad, but I guess he lived for a long time, so I don't know if that's good or worse.
Oh, this is cool. And Cal is just here. The lowest blood versus the second highest blood? Because I think Fefri is above him, right? Fefri's dead, so highest blood currently living. It's cool. Shoosh. Honk! Pat.
It's okay, man. Just chill out. Shush. Shush. Come on, man. Chill out. There you go, man. Just chill. Yep, go back to being a stoner. It's fine. No. Come on. Yeah, we're all good now. Your face hurt, man?
Wow. Diamonds. Prospect enters. Pale mates for life. In the night of blood were so embraced the bard of rage, and in each other's arms they were a quiver, and the righteous Pap and blessed Shoosh he did quell his brother's fury, for the knight looked upon his bard, all acting up and completely losing his shit, and he did so resolve to calmeth his juggalo ass right the fuck down, and so calmed down his juggalo ass was, and would continue it to be for all time. And the knight, in totally settling a murderous clown's ludicrous shit down proper, said, let there be more allegiance. And it was so, and between more rails would flow bounteous mirth, and they did hug bumpeth plentifully, and honks of reconciliation echoed far and true in the darkness upon the face of the deep. Closed home. And it was good. Is Gamzee not gonna... No, fuck this. Okay. The last recap I wrote was that really big one in the white ink, and Jade had just hucked. I don't think hupped is a word. Her dead dream self into Beck Sprite for prototyping. Then Jade Sprite flipped out and destroyed the column supporting the laboratory and click the panels. Okay. What is this? Is there still a header? There's still a header. Oh, jeez. Oh my god, we're 6 pages away from the scratch. I'm going to tell the scratch.
The password is see you soon. Okay, I'm going to take your lack of response as tacit verification. Also, this pretty much has to be the last conversation we have, right? Your timeline cuts out completely in a minute or two because of the scratch. What are you looking at up there? Are you hypnotized by the flashy shit? What the fuck? That's been going on ever since John started scratching that big goddamn record. Aren't you acclimated to it by now? Hello? Harley, Jigus, mother of screaming fuck! Whatever, I have shit to do now. I guess I should be keeping an eye on the sky too, now that I think about it. That bright green beacon should be appearing any minute, assuming you actually managed to blow up the sun, and then, well, then I guess maybe we get to hang out? Well, maybe not also being an unyielding mortal peril? It's getting kind of old, frankly. Okay, well, this is pretty crappy farewell, but I guess it'll have to do since there's some seriously show-stopping shit transpiring up there in fucking outer space. Later, Jade. I'm going to go make sure John knows what the hell he's supposed to be doing. And in case none of this works and we don't actually get to meet, I guess I should say... Since apparently my gutless future self can't express himself and never got around to saying so, thus leaving it up to me, as usual, to say that...
Oh, sorry, I was distracted.
Oh!
No, not by all the scratchy stuff in the sky. There's something coming down.
What?
It's hard to make out, but I think it might be...
What?
Wait, the arrows... Did that arrow go backwards? Yeah, it did. Why? That must mean something. Oh, we're going back to what Jade was seeing while Karkat was saying that.
Shaving cream?
It's Club's Deuce. Okay.
What the fuck? What the hell is shaving cream?
It's like...
Carcinogenesis cease trolling garden gnostic.
Hey, Karkat!
The arrows are all messed up now.
It's me, I'm here. Don't question it.
Boom. Foam. No, don't put the tadpole in the lava. Dead. Yeah, I need that. I need that for the starting soon screen for streams. Slow us down. Cascade. Okay, I'm gonna guess this is it. Toby Fox, Tensei, Clark Powell, Malcolm Brown. That is a lot of people. The end of Act 5. I'd never thought I'd see it. Okay, here we go. Play? No, don't tell me it's a playable segment. I just wanted a cool cutscene. Okay, I think it's a cutscene. Hi, John. We're scratching the disc, yeah. These are some beasts, alright. Fire tornadoes, they return. What the hell is that? Whoa. The gushers are everywhere, man. Are you gonna bring Jade back to life? Not Club's Deuce, no! What are you gonna do, man? Red Miles? Oh, he's gonna destroy the universe, right? I just realized this video is like widescreen. Like, I don't think it's ever been this big before. Oh, that's so good. The Firefly fella. I always forget its name. He's gonna blow it up. There it is. The White King was in there all along? He's gonna bring her to her quest bed, but her dream self is dead, so unless this is some sort of a radio type thing, shouldn't do anything. What? Wait, Jack went into it before it got transported back in time? Huh? Does that mean Jack is in there? Oh no. That's not good. I guess this universe is getting reset, so it doesn't really matter, but... Put on the ring! Put on the ring! Put on the ring! Oh, male lady, that is not going to cut it. It is not going to cut it. Yeah, you can kill the judge. I'm actually fine with that. Mr. Mayor! Okay, bye the judge. I guess your time was pretty much up at this point. He's standing close enough to another irradiated being. Is this gonna do it? No, Mr. Mayor! What is he doing? And Male Lady survived? That's how he got there? I don't quite understand how that works. Yeah, I do remember all this, though. Okay, we're flying the moon. Okay. Here Rose goes. Oh, Dave is here too, though. Oh, man. They're all gonna die, huh? These two are gonna do it together, and it's just gonna be John. Oh, they're quest beds inside the planet. The Aradia-esque quest beds inside the planet. I don't know if that's important or not. Well, there it is. The bomb. Okay, the blue is Alternia and the red is Earth? Is Spade Slick also gonna die in this timeline too? I guess he would if Jack is here to destroy everything. Whoa, he looks way cooler.
What are you waiting for? Eh?
Draw spades. It was a snowball. He's gonna blow up time and space. Okay. So that's half the bomb, and the other half is Jack's red whatever the fuck at the center of their universe. Where's this? Oh, this is Jade Planet. It's not winter anymore. That's why I didn't recognize it. Yeah. Things aren't going great, Male Lady. The only exile left. But don't worry, it won't be long. Are the birds going to be able to do anything? Also, is Skya about to be destroyed? Like, full on? Yeah. The reckoning has come, for sure. Oh, the sprites. You can just warp that away, Jade Sprite. You can just do that. Oh, wait! Her dream self technically is alive as a sprite! That's how this is gonna work! Oh my god. She secured her own god tier. And Dave Sprite also exists. But that's technically not a dream self. Is that gonna work? I don't know. It turns into a pebble.
I'm a real furry now. Yay!
It's a good look. I mean, you could have taken Dave Spray with you, at least. Just gonna leave him to die? It's a little rude. Are you shrinking Skya? Oh, she's gonna shrink all the planets to take with her. Just like she promised.
I'm a big furry.
Okay, that's pretty epic. So she's actually going to be able to keep her promise. And Dave Sprite's going to survive. Man, this doomed Dave has put in a lot of work. The ring. It's going to be Mail Lady. After all this time, I thought it was going to be Mr. Mayor. It's Mail Lady. Is she gonna be able to rescue Rose and Dave then? Dude. So Nana should still be alive. For sure. The 5 planets. Oh. Wait, the 4th wall? Is she gonna conjure the 4th wall to look at Rose and Dave to save them? She's looking at everything. Gamzee? Suckers. Okay, well, the green sun is about to explode. It is currently exploding, I think. Rose and Dave definitely, unless Jay did snatch them out of there. There's Aradia and Solix watching it happen. Ah, man. But Jack is here. Ah. He can see it. He's gonna fly to it. But he's gonna be depowered, though. So I think it might be okay. Fly, children, fly! I didn't even realize Terezi was the one looking at it. No, don't die because of this, Solix, though. Oh, God. That's Dave and Rose, right? Apparently those were quest beds. They did go God tier. Okay. Somehow, they did the Aradia version. God, Dave, take that hood off. Everyone else's looks good except yours. Oh, and the little firefly with her. She went through the fourth wall, huh? The curtains are in tatters. Everything's on fire. The clock isn't working properly. Wow. That's it, right? Okay, well, I'm not going to pretend I understood everything in there. I'm sure you guys can explain some of the things I might have missed in the comments. Thankfully, this is the last episode of this week, so the members at least are going to be able to see it and explain some stuff for me. I'm definitely going to watch it again a couple times, like off camera, because that's long, man. That was like 10 minutes or something. It was like at least 8. Wow. And I think I heard parts of it maybe, during the Toby Fox song rankings. Some of it sounded familiar. Because it is Cascade, so it might have been in the C video. Let me just see what this is. Is this just going to be... You unlocked Homestuck Volume 8. Page Tumblr. Okay. Commentary on Cascade. Begin intermission 2. Well, we will do that next time. Hoo boy! That almost made everything worth it, I think. Finally, the exiles were important to the story. Finally! After 7 billion years. Yeah. I'm pretty content with our posse of surviving trolls, too. Kind of wish Gamzee would have got ganked, honestly. He did kind of kill 3 people. I don't know if we can just let that slide. Like, I know Vriska killed Tavros, but he was aggressing against her at least. Yeah, Gamzee just... I mean, he killed Equius, which I'm not really that mad about. Did he just kill Equius and Nepeta? Wasn't there another one in there? Am I forgetting somebody? Because Tavros got killed by Vriska, and Eridan got killed by Kanaya. Oh. Eridan killed Fefri, and then Kanaya, but Kanaya came back to life. It's a lot to keep track of. I think he only killed those 2 in the grand scheme of things. Which, if it was just Equius, I don't know if I'd mind as much. Even though Equius was kind of heroic in that scene, so I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Maybe Gamzee will grow on me. I don't know, man. I might start next episode with a character ranking, just because this one went on long enough anyway. And then we'll get into the new characters, I'm sure, because the scratch just happened, so we're going to have a whole new cast of characters. Wow. That was like every Chekhov's gun was pulled for that. Which I guess, I mean, makes sense, because we're resetting the universe, essentially. We're like pressing a reset button on the universe. This is like a Crisis on Infinite Earths. Every reality has a final send-off, you know? The exiles get killed by Jack, and then Male Lady becomes, not Beck Noir. Male Beck does not work. Beck Lady, sure, whatever. The kids obviously execute the plan. The trolls make their way to the comet, which invokes the ancient trolls, because, I mean, they're using Solix as a helmsman in the same way. Hopefully he's fine. Even though he's already half dead, so maybe he could be full dead, though. shouldn't say it like it's like not a big deal. And then the intermission reality, which is like the Alternian exiles. Spadeslick finally pulled the trigger to kill Snowman, which caused one half of the bomb that destroyed the Green Sun, with the other half coming from the other universe, with Jack destroying their Toad galaxy. I think that's what that was meant to mean. And the quest beds inside of the planet, I'm really not sure how those work yet, Because Aradia and now Rose and Dave have used them to survive. And I really don't know how. But, sure. We'll go with it. Yeah, Dave just has to take his hood off. I know he's supposed to look like it's because he's the Knight of Time. He's supposed to look like a actual medieval knight, but it looks very silly. I'm sure he will. Yeah, I don't know. That was pretty crazy. Also, Club's Deuce is dead. That's probably the saddest part of this episode. Club's Deuce is dead. Also, technically, Jade Sprite is dead. Right? Because, like, Jade Sprite got subsumed by actual Jade. Maybe they're like a dual Jade or something. I don't know. Like, they're both in there? I feel like Jade Sprite was, like, on route to, like, actually having an arc or whatever about overcoming her overwhelming annoyingness. But then Jade has just subsumed her, so I don't know how that's going to work. But I didn't even think about that. But that makes so much sense that she could use her quest bed to reincarnate into Jade Sprite's body, because Jade Sprite is technically her dream self alive again. Ah, very clever. Also, Dave Sprite's apparently alive, because he's on one of Jade's shrunken planets, which, wow, Witch of Space is overpowered. Oh my god. But you know what? That's fine. Does that mean that Jade also has Beck power? Oh, no, because they blew up the sun. No, she doesn't anymore. She might have for a bit there, but I don't think she does anymore. Unless, I mean, in the new universe, they're going to have a new sun, right? I don't know how that's going to work. Although, no, the green sun is supposed to be outside all their universes. I don't know how that works at all. It's like metatextual to Spurb, so I don't really have any context for it. Yeah. Boy, am I glad to be done with Doc Scratch. For all you guys that hate the high contrast mode, I'm assuming he's dead now, so I can turn it off for the next episodes. Yay! Oh yeah, what happened to the other troll? Well, I guess the troll universe hasn't been annihilated. So she should still be alive, whoever she is, Aradia's ancestor. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking now. That was a lot of ranting, but I mean, come on. Did you see that? That was crazy. Cascade. I've heard that that's a good one, but I didn't know where it was. Makes sense. It was at the end of Act 5, which, by the way, was like the length of like 3 acts. So, yeah. Woo, on to Act 6. Next time. Did I ask a question yet? Honestly, don't remember if I did. Which is your favorite song from the Cascade interlude there? Because there was a bunch of them. I know they were all titled under Cascade, but there was a bunch of movements, let's say. Which was your favorite movement in the Cascade overture? I think mine is the sort of triumphant one that plays when Jade is coming back to life. That one's pretty sick. I'm a fan. Okay, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Again, I said that at the beginning, but, you know, especially for this one. And, yeah. See you next time. Bye-bye.